Welcome to Kalman Stories. Do I have an incredible story for you? It was Erev Pesach, Erev Passover, by the Rebbe, Rav Aaron Chernobyl, in 19th century Russia. And the Rebbe, this is just 2 weeks before Pesach, is sitting and learning when he gets a knock on the door. And a letter comes in from one of the messengers. It's urgent. You see, back in those days, unfortunately, a lot of the nobles of the Russians, how would they raise their money to pay off their bills? They would take a ransom from the Jews and threaten the Jews if they didn't pay an exorbitant amount of money. So a Jew said that his noble was saying that if they don't raise 200,000 rubles, the entire community is in big trouble. And he needed the Rebbe to raise the money, to galvanize everybody. So the Rebbe looks at the letter and does this. Why is he bothering me with this silliness, was the implication. And he sent the messenger away. And the messenger was in a bit shock. But when a Rebbe does something, we don't always understand the secrets of these great spiritual masters. So he went back on his way. A week and a half later, he gets another knock on the door of the Rebbe. And it's once again a messenger. And it's that same poor man begging the Rebbe to help. Who knows what's going to happen to him and the entire community if they don't help bring the money. And now the brother of the Rebbe is there begging the Rebbe to get everyone involved. Do our ishtadlus, do our actions, raise the money. And the Rebbe looks at it and says, why is he bothering us with this shtuyos? And he does this. He says, tell everyone not to worry about it right now. Go do with what you got to do on Erev Pesach. And then it's Erev Passover, Erev Pesach. And the custom in Chernobyl is that everyone would come to the Rebbe for the holy burning of the chametz. And everyone would bring their chametz to the Rebbe. So they go to the central square. And the Rebbe takes the chametz of the entire community and he says, you think money is what saves the Jewish people? V'hi she'amda, Hashem is what saves the Jewish people. You think money is what's going to nullify the bad decrees? Hashem nullifies the bad decrees. Our tshuva nullifies the bad decrees. And he takes the chametz and he burns the chametz. And he says, in the merit of our quickly burning away our chametz, doing the mitzvah with such joy, all of our decrees will be nullified. And so it was that very day. The evil noble who was causing so much pain to the poor Jews passed away. And with it, the decree. And everyone celebrated. And what is the lesson of this incredible Hasidic story brought down by Rav Shlomo Carlebach in his beautiful Sefer Lev HaShamayim? The lesson, my friend, is not that we should sit back and do nothing when there are bad decrees on the Jewish people. Just, pray and learn. Of course, we need to do our ishtadlus. Of course, we're not yet Hasidic masters that know exactly the spiritual secrets of how to nullify decrees with a wave of our hand, like Rav Aaron was. But the lesson is twofold, in my opinion. First of all, we have to recognize that the mitzvahs we do have great spiritual connotations. And even if we don't understand the meaning of a simple act like burning our chametz, we say, why don't we just, throw it away? We have a munah that creates spiritual power in the mitzvahs, in the minhagim, even in the customs, especially on Pesach. And secondly, I believe the message of this story is that at the end of the day, the truth of the truth is that when the negative decree is on the Jewish people, and we are certainly in a time of a negative decree right now, it's because of some spiritual chametz that we need to get rid of. And every one of us knows deep inside what our chametz is, what's holding us back from being our true selves. And in the night of Erev Pesach, the Hasidic Rebbe's explained, we have an inner awakening. Maybe you felt it last night when you went to bed. You just felt like you have a tikkun, you have a purpose in this life. And you might deep inside know what's holding you back from fulfilling that mission. Hashem should bless us with clarity. And Hashem should bless us to burn away whatever negative chametz is stopping us from being our true selves. And in the merit of that spiritual inner chametz, we should get rid of all of the physical decrees for us and the entire Jewish people. But since I told that story, I have to tell two quick stories to even it out. It was Erev Pesach, and the Rebbe, Yoel Teidemelm, the Satmar Rebbe, asked for help in his yeshiva because it was a man who needed taking care of. He was sick in the hospital. Erev Pesach is a very busy time. There's so much to do. And normally, his students would run to do chesed, but it was Erev Pesach, so nobody really volunteered to do this mitzvah. And the Rebbe said, if no one's willing to put aside all of their affairs to help a Jew in need on Erev Pesach, then what's the point of having a yeshiva? So on the one hand, we have to know we have to do our spiritual avoda, but on the other hand, we have to also be there for helping one another on a very physical, tangible way. One more story on that note. The Heilige Rav Kook, Yagin Aleinu, just to say his name, Rav Avram Yitzchak HaKohen Kook, was busy all day of Pesach, blessing people, answering people's questions. At a certain point, someone said, have mercy on the Rebbe. Let him go prepare his house for Pesach. And the Rav Kook said, what are you talking about? Imagine if I had a store, a wine store, and everyone was coming and buying wine for me, Erev Pesach. I'd be thrilled. I wouldn't push them away. This is the job of a Rebbe. And this is the job of a Yid, to help one another, even Erev Pesach. So we should always make time for one another, Zot Hashem, to help each other physically, to help each other spiritually. And we should have an amazing Erev Pesach, nullifying all of our decrees. Ya da da, ya da da da, ya da da, ya bye 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 bye. Ya da da, ya da da, ya da 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 da, ya. Hey ya da da, ya da da da, ya da da. Chag Sameach.